I have one note that says, maybe it's good to be nothing again. I'm not sure what that means. I'm probably thinking about dying and being dead and not existing, and
Mm.
like the idea that you were nothing before this life and you'll be nothing again. So maybe the
Hmm.
idea it's kind of like a sort of like a self-comforting thing about our mortality. Like maybe it'll be nice to be nothing again.
Mm.
That makes any
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, no, it does. I think about that all the time. I think about, because I'm not a religious person at all, and yeah, it is odd to, because I have a very strong fear of dying, which I think a lot of people do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but it is an odd thing because yeah, I mean, I'm 30 years old, and 30 years prior to this, I didn't exist. I was just nothing, and that was fine.
Mhm.
Like I
Mhm.
don't I was fine then. So I don't know
Yeah.
why it's so scary now.
Yeah. It's weird, isn't it? It's kind of, I don't know whether it's rational or irrational to be afraid of death, because if you're an atheist, or I'm more of a sort of agnostic in that, like I think you can't really know.
Right.
Like I think atheism is too much like religion in that in
Yeah.
its sureness and its self confidence and all that. So I would say I'm more agnostic, but like a pessimistic agnostic is what I would be.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah,
On that range, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, yeah, but there's no real reason to be afraid of nothing. Doesn't really make any sense. I was going to therapy for a while a few years ago because I was drinking too much um, and just to deal with sadness and anxiety and things like
Mhm.
that. And just drinking a lot, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna sort myself out, go to some therapy, and I talked about this a lot, dying and mortality and stuff with my therapist, and I tried to explain. He didn't share my sort of fears,
Mhm.
oh, and he wasn't. I don't think he was religious either, but kept going saying, "But what about this? And what about this? And what about this? And you're going to be nothing.
Yeah.
It's going to be like nothing forever, and that's terrifying, isn't that?" And eventually he just sort of was like, "So what? So what? What does that? Why is that? Why is that scary? Big deal, sort of thing."
Yeah.
And I couldn't really argue with him. What he was right. Like, it doesn't really make much sense to be afraid of something that isn't going to hurt you or isn't isn't painful or frightening or whatever. It's just nothing. So I don't know. It's
Mhm.
weird. The more you think
Yeah.
about it, the weirder it is.
Yeah, because I think my fear is like the dying when you know you're dying, so
Mm.
it's like, have I done everything I wanted? Is it going to hurt before I am nothing? You know what I mean? It's like the
Mm.
process before that. I feel like that actually is what my fear is, because yeah, afterwards it's just like, okay, well, you're just back to where you were at
Mm.
the beginning. So what's the
Yeah.
difference? But yeah, it's that little short window. I feel like that really messes with my mind.
Right. Yeah. No, I think that bit's going to be grand because your brain just releases loads of endorphins, doesn't it?
Yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed.
Hopefully. Yeah. Yeah. I think
Yeah,
that's what I've heard. I mean,
yeah.
if you've ever been like so wasted that you passed out
Mm,
or like, I don't know, fainted or something,
yeah.
that's kind of, or just like falling asleep. That's what it's like, really, isn't it?
I have no idea. Good.
I mean, like I haven't died yet, but I imagine it's a bit like that.